the Maharaja, and you're watching Eric's Collection World.
Hey yo, welcome back to the channel. I am Eric the Dudley Dog, and today, as you can see, we're coming from the forever work in progress that is my collection room. Now, from the last video, you can probably see some of the stuff has been cleared out, but don't be fooled, there's still a lot of stuff hiding behind this couch and just outside of camera frame that I still need to clear up, unbox, and put on display somewhere. But anyway, for today's video, I am recording this now. It's the 31st of October 2025, Halloween. So, changing things up a bit, I'm going to tell you a little story, as you can probably tell from the title of this video, which is the day I met Chris Benoit in Kuala Lumpur. Now it goes like this. WWE, or back then WWF, they announced an Asian SmackDown tour where they would be coming out to, I believe it was Malaysia, Singapore, Japan, and I think maybe the Philippines or Thailand. And in preparation for that, they announced a meet and greet with several WWF superstars at the time. And I just so happened to be working in Kuala Lumpur at the time, and it happened to fall on a weekend, so I wasn't working. I had a chance to go down. I believe it was at KL Plaza near Bukit Bintang Plaza, if I'm not mistaken. And they announced that 3 wrestlers would be there for the meet and greet, namely Chris Benoit, Yoshihiro Tajiri, and Tori Wilson. They were there to promote the event, which I believe was in March of 2002. So it goes like this. I was there with a crowd of other kids and guys waiting for this thing to start. I got to talking to some of these people. I actually made friends with some of these people, although we've lost touch with most of them. And when things started to pick up, everybody went to the stage, and just by chance I happened to be right in front of the stage, and the MC came out, and before the thing started, he just, to rile up the crowd a bit, and then he basically asked, does anybody want to wrestle Chris Benoit? Of course, I was the first to shoot my hand up, and being right in the front row, the guy picked me out. So, lucky me. I'm gonna meet my hero. And then later, Benoit, Tajiri, and Tori came out, and they started hyping up the show. And then the MC tells Benoit, there's somebody in the crowd that wants to wrestle you. And that's when I made my grand entrance up onto the stage. So I met Benoit face to face, and yeah, the guy isn't really that much taller than me. I believe he's like 5'8", 5'9". I'm about 5'6", 5'7". So what Benoit did was he told me he's going to put me in a front neck lock, which is where he puts his head in front, right inside there, and he's going to try and squeeze. And he told me as soon as he told me to try to escape the hold, but if I feel any pain or discomfort, to immediately tap to let him know, and he'll let me go. So okay, sounds easy enough. So on the count of 3, the MC told us to go, and as soon as he put the hold on me, I kid you not maybe 1 or 2 or 3 seconds at the most, he had me tapping. The pressure he put on my neck was immense. I could not budge the man. And keep in mind, at this point, I'm like 20 years younger and 20 kilos lighter, probably in my physical peak. And I could not budge the man, seriously, not 1 inch. I could not move him, I could not escape his hold or anything, and the pressure, like I said, made me quit just almost instantly. So yeah, that's how that ended. So it was a lot of fun, and that led to, basically, there was a photo opportunity. They were going to take a picture of me with the 3 of them, and it ended up with Benoit. I think he put me in a arm lock, and Tajiri put me in a headlock from behind, and Tori was laughing at him from behind. So, and then they gave out some souvenirs. They gave me a WWE Attitude Era shirt, which I still have right here. And the best thing about it, they got them signed by the wrestlers live on stage. See, there's Chris's autograph. And you can see it here a bit dim, is Tori's autograph. And below it, if you can see it, let me see if I can. There's Haku, Funaki, and Tajiri. Now Haku and Funaki, I got them to sign this shirt at the actual event itself in March of 2002. When, yeah, I paid for the VIP ticket for the meet and greet. And the meet and greet, that one they gave us the Asian wrestlers basically. It was Tori and Tajiri again, but this time with Funaki and Haku. But in addition to this shirt, something else that I got. This Chris Benoit's autograph 8x10. Not just Benoit, but also, yeah, Tori and Tajiri. But this Chris Benoit is like the jewel of my collection. This is like the first wrestling memorabilia I ever had in my collection. This and the shirt. Now, back in that day, ask me who my favorite wrestler was, I will always say Chris Benoit. But then we know, a few years later, what Chris supposedly did. And that's where the dark side of his story comes off. Cause remember, in the news it was reported that Chris offed his wife and his kid before he did the same to himself. And you have to wonder, they said supposedly he strangled his family to death. And you have to imagine, if a grown man like me, in my physical prime, could not do anything to escape his grip, you must imagine how helpless Nancy and his kid was when he did what he supposedly did to them. So yes, that was the best day of my life, and now it's ruined. The memory remains. And I only have 2 pictures left from that event, which you've probably been seeing throughout this video. Because the rest, this was the advent of digital photography. By luck, I managed to borrow my company's digital camera at the time. And when I went up on stage, I handed it to a guy that I just made friends with on the spot. His name is Johan. He's a prominent Twitch streamer right now. Johan Singa, look him up on Twitch. He helped me snap a lot of photos when I was up on stage with Benoit, Tajiri, and Tori. But unfortunately, the CD that I saved all those pictures onto was destroyed. When I was working outstation, some renovation work was going on at the house, and the workers, I think they just like threw away all the things they considered junk. So yeah, I only have 2 photos left of that event. So that brings us to this little portion of the video where I try and have a little request for anybody that sees this. If anybody remembers or was around during that time that happened to attend that meet and greet, if anybody has any photos or video from that, if you could share it with me, I would really appreciate it. Because that was like a really big day in my life. For me, up until Benoit did what he did, that was the happiest day of my life, second only to the day I got married. I mean, despite what he did, I still have those memories. They'll never go away. They say separate the art from the artist. Yeah, it's difficult for me to watch Benoit matches now, knowing what he could do, what he actually did. Even if they say, no, let's not say wrestling is fake, it's predetermined. And everything they do to each other in the ring, they do it to each other willingly. I mean, like Benoit Angle from the Royal Rumble 2003, I think it was. That's still one of my favorite matches of all time. Should have been given a 5-star, but F Dave Meltzer. But yeah, if anybody has any photos or video from that day, look me up if you can. Hook me up. And I guess on one other brighter note, I met Tajiri in Kuala Lumpur a few years ago for APAC Wrestling. He was a special guest, him and Maki Ito. And I brought the picture to him to show to him, just to show him that, yeah, 20 years ago we met. And he was really surprised, but still grateful that fans remember him. And hey, I don't forget Tajiri just because of his WWE. I remember him from his ECW time, even. One of the greats. So anyway, that's a simple vlog video for today. With that said, happy Halloween. Thanks for watching. Please like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you disliked it. I'll take any support I can get. Catch you in the next one. See ya.